Hey guys, it's Will. So we just wrapped up our live session inside of Stockmates, and when we were trading live this morning, we decided to hold off on making any big moves. You see, the market started off a little bit green, but not anything that was starting to show momentum. In fact, things were kind of just consolidating to start the day, and SPY is down about 0.17%. The other thing is this big bear AI position. We entered another trade yesterday, and in the process, we're up about $100 profit here. But it's interesting because now it's approaching our take profit, our stop loss for a take profit there at about $4, as you can see. So we're up about 108, and it's right where our stop market sell is at this previous support, and it just bounced there above our stop, and it's now continuing back up a little bit up to that $4.15 range. But this morning we kind of made a decision. We said, hey, we're gonna hold this new position we got into with Big Bear, because we're pretty well in the profit on the short term. And so, since we were able to ride such a large amount of it, we could most likely expect a pullback today. And so we've been just monitoring it and riding it. So we got our profits locked in, but man, so close to that support, that previous resistance there, that I have just underneath that is my stop, my take profit, and it just bounced right at that resistance just now, just a few seconds ago. So we'll watch it throughout the day, but Big Bear AI making some moves as of recently, about a 20% swing yesterday. And if you take a step back and we kind of look at this progression, what a lot of investors are talking about is, they're in the airports, Heathrow, Denver. Someone just said I was getting comments of people that are seeing their technology in the airport, scanning their face, and they have Department of Defense contracts, they got the Army contracts. Their revenue is slowly increasing, their net income getting better when we look at the financials. So all of those things are pointing to growth. They're in the AI and defense sector, which is one of the fastest growing sectors in the world right now, because they're quite easily getting new contracts with the governments related to AI and defense. And so what a lot of investors are seeing is, we started covering it back here in October, right around dollar a share. A lot of investors, including myself, were able to ride and make money during this part of the market when things rode from $1.50, and you saw as high as $10.36 in February. Then after February, along with a lot of the market, it sold off, but then it found that support at $2.36. And ever since then, it's been getting back into the same type of trend it was in before it had that big run. So while it is starting to, change its overall direction, if we just take a look without the drawing, so you can see it bounced at that 200-day moving average, holding above the EMA, that blue line, which oftentimes indicates bullish momentum. Now, just recently, we did see it push below the short-term EMA and start to get rejected there from a huge push up yesterday. But we expected this to happen. In fact, now we're seeing this overall trend here play out. So, a couple of things to look at. You have a previous resistance, which is just above where we set our stop, at about $4 a share. See, that previous resistance is where it bounced, at least so far in the last few minutes. It bounced here. So the previous resistance acting as a support there is good indication that we could see Big Bear have more of a hyper bullish trend. Now, if things are more conservative and maybe not super bullish, we could see them pull down, in my eyes, as low as $3.85. So that would be still continuing their overall trend here, continuing this trend, and its consistency would hold true, but we would see a sell down to that level. Now, I think it is possible that because of the push up as of recently, this previous resistance at $4 may be the new support. I'm not 100% sure. as I'm not with everything, but I can say, I'm confident enough to place a stop on the short-term trade just below that level. And that's where it recently bounced. So we'll see. But again, the hyperbole case would be a continuation from here. If we see that continuation play out and we start to get back into the overall trend continuation up, then we'd be seeing a move of about 20% up into that $4 to $5 range that we're really seeing if it plays out with that move. So for Big Bear, we'll see how it plays out the rest of the day. And the trading session we had this morning, we're patiently watching the markets as there's a little bit of a distribution at market open, a sell-off. And what comes next is oftentimes some manipulation, whether it's a quick dip before recovery or just some consolidation maybe throughout the day today before a recovery. But I would imagine we're still going to see some potential accumulation here in the near term. It's just going to possibly take some patience. It's going to take some time to develop, but that's why it's important to have a plan. And with Big Bear, our long-term position, we're good. We're holding it. Short-term position, we have a stop there just under $4 that it's holding above. So if it does hit that, then we simply have taken profit on that trade. So thank you guys so much for watching. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. If you ever want to join us in our daily live trading, it's the second link in the description. Hopefully you do consider subscribing if you're getting value from the videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.